shoes, there is a pair open on either side of you. You can go ahead and either have your balls underneath the ball returns or on the ball returns next to your pair. If we do miss a ball, it'll end up underground. So just go ahead and help us out really quickly and keep an eye on those. We'll go ahead and get started with 2 practice shots on each lane. You have check marks. Go ahead and hit them on both sides until your practice time appears. And do not reset your lanes. Shoot whatever is there for your turn at practice.
Just like if somebody wants to watch the practice.
Just a few reminders that cellular devices are not allowed by the participants in the bowling area. Please make sure your cellular devices are even given to your coach or put away in your bowling bags. Just a reminder that if you are caught using a cellular device during competition, that your scores could be voided. Today, coaching should be done by the certified coaches. Parents, you are here as spectators and are here to cheer on your athletes. If you have comments, please address the coaches, not the bowlers. Today's national anthem is going to be sung by senior Zeke Christensen. If I can have everybody please rise for the national anthem. Please rise for the national anthem. Remove hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How you doing, Jonathan?
Bowlers, go ahead and hit the check marks. Good luck and good bowling.
Okay. Perfect. Why are you screaming?
I did give you notes.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the Harlan Community Boys Varsity and Junior Varsity Bowling Meet today versus Kuemper at Cyclone Lanes. This is going to be our last home meet of the season, so we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the previous meets and all who are watching today. We'll go ahead and get started with our lineups as we have begun play. For our Harlan Varsity Boys today, we've got Rylan Monahan, Gideon Lyons, Gavin Sisson, Eric McCulley, Caleb Ernst, and Logan Strom. For our Kuemper Varsity Boys, we have Fletch Baden, Brendan Van Heim, Jake Wieland, Creighton Halber, Joel Schulte, and Thomas Potbottom. Looking over at lanes 7 and 8, we've got our JV bowlers for Harlan on lane 7, Zeke Christensen, Jacob Went, Noah Simon, Reese Griffin, Reese Gessert, and Donovan Smith. For our Kuemper JV boys, we've got Carter Bell, Luke Schulte, Nicholas Wernemont, Dylan Bryant, Scott Stewart, and Dalton Carlson. All right, looking at today's start on the lanes, we currently have Gavin Sisson up on lane 5 for the varsity boys. Left a single 10-pin to shoot at here. Gavin unfortunately puts that a little too far outside, misses that single pin spare. Now we will have Eric McCulley up for the Cyclones. Eric McCulley goes Brooklyn, gets all 10. Now we'll have Caleb Ernst up for the Cyclones on lane 5. Got Reese Gessert, just put all 10 back on lane 7 for the JV boys. Caleb Ernst threw it a little bit outside there. Unfortunately, just made it about halfway down the lane before finding the right-hand gutter. Donovan Smith up on lane 7 for the junior varsity boys. Went Brooklyn and got a strike there. 3 up on the board for the JV team. And Caleb Ernst was able to convert his spare there that he left on lane 5. Now we'll have Logan Strom up on lane 5 for the varsity boys. Logan Strom's ball does not come up as much as he probably would have liked. Misses the head pin completely, but was able to hit the 3-6 pocket there more than anything. So we'll see if he's able to make an adjustment and convert this spare here. Logan does just that and is able to knock all 4 back. We'll head into the second frame here shortly as Kuemper wraps up on lane 6. Kuemper's not off to a hot start. A couple splits in there and no spares yet. Joel Schulte able to get a strike there for the Knights. Another nasty split for the Knights here on lane 6 as they wrap up frame 1, and another one there to start off frame 2 on lane 5. Obviously, it's early on, only in the second frame of tonight's match, but they are struggling to find the pocket there. This is their first time and only time bowling here this season, and we hosted the girls Kuemper team much earlier in this season, so the boys are not as familiar with Cyclone lanes and are struggling to find what works best for them here. I'm sure we'll see some ball movements and some bigger adjustments as we move through the first individual game here tonight. We do have Rylan Monahan up on lane 6 for the varsity boys, left a 5-pin there. He did open in his first frame, so looking to redeem himself here a little bit, I'm sure. Rylan able to knock down that 5-pin there. So we'll move to Gideon Lyons. Gideon goes Brooklyn on that shot and is going to leave a 3-10 to convert. Gideon was able to convert that split. And now we will have Gavin Sisson up for the Cyclones. Seeing a lot of strikes over there on lane 7 and 8 for our junior varsity boys, which is always nice to see. And Gavin Sisson wanted to join in on the fun, so he just struck in his second frame. So now we'll have Eric McCauley up next for the Cyclones, looking to double up. Looks like Eric might have hung on to that a little bit too long, lofted it just a little, leaves a 3-pin there. Eric not able to convert that single pin spare there. Now we'll have Caleb Ernst up. Ball looked much better than his first ball in the first frame. Was able to keep it on the lane, but looks like he still might have held on to that one a little bit too long, which was the opposite problem during the first frame. So definitely, I'm assuming, overcompensated for that a little bit during that shot. Let's see if he's able to knock down this 610. And he does just that, so we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Rylan Monahan up on lane 5, while Logan Strom finishes up frame 2 on lane 6. Logan Strom with a strike on lane 6 for the Cyclones. And Gideon Lyons up on lane 5 for the Cyclones. Looking over at lane 7 and 8 for our JV bowlers, we've got Zeke Christensen up for the Cyclones on lane 7, shooting at just a 3-count spare here. Ball is able to come up and he converts that. So now we have Noah Simon, who is currently on a double going into the 3rd frame. Gideon Lyons left that same 310 split on lane 5 and was able to convert it once again. So now we'll have Gavin Sisson up on lane 5 for the Cyclones. Noah Simon's ball came up a little bit flat there on lane 7. Didn't really have a lot of push through. Left a 8-10 split. And Gavin Sisson did not quite get up to the pocket there on lane 5, leaving a 1-2-9. Got Reese Griffin up on lane 7 for the Cyclones. We've got Eric McCauley up on lane 5 looking to bounce back after a single pin miss in frame 2. Looks a little bit better off his hand. Then came up a little too much. Leaves a 3-6-10.
This is a terrible spot. You can't see anything here. I can't, not to announce. Terrible.
Eric McCauley able to cover his 3-pin spare there on lane 5. Take us to Caleb Ernst in the lineup. Reese Gessert converted a 2-count spare over there on lane 7 just now. So now we have Donovan Smith up on lane 7 and Zeke Christensen up on lane 8 for the Cyclone JV boys. Caleb Ernst up on lane 5 for the Cyclones. Ball came up pretty light there. Was able to knock out the 1-3 pocket, but didn't have much push through. So he did leave a nasty 2-4-8-10 split. Donovan Smith with a strike there on lane 7 for the Cyclone JV bowlers. Caleb Ernst able to convert that nasty split there on lane 5. So now we'll have Logan Strom up for the Cyclones. Harlan Monahan up on lane 6 for the Cyclones. Struggling a little bit in those first few frames. Is going to leave a single 10 pin here to convert. Harlan not able to convert that 10 pin there. Will take us to Gideon Lyons, who I'm sure is not looking to throw another 310 baby split here. Being able to put all 10 back for the Cyclones. Now we'll have Gavin Sisson. Gavin grabs a strike there on lane 6. Now we've got Eric McCulley up for the Cyclones. Eric McCulley knocks down 5 pin there on lane 6. Caleb Ernst in the lineup. Caleb Ernst comes up a little bit high and crosses over there onto the Brooklyn side. Leaves a 310. Chops the 3 pin off of there, which will take us to Logan Strom. Morgan Strom able to put all 10 back, so that will finish up the fourth frame here of the first game for our meet tonight. Our JV boys are already headed into their fifth frame there on lane 7 and 8. And Rylan Monahan will lead us up here on lane 5. Struggling a little bit tonight, not converting many spares, hasn't been able to find the pocket too easily. All I'd had to do was talk about it, because then he had a perfect pocket shot there. So hopefully he felt confident with that line and is able to continue that throughout the remainder of this individual game and the second individual game. Gavin Sisson up for the varsity boys there on lane 5. So not able to get to the pocket, leaves a 1-2-8. Knocks off the 1-2 and unfortunately leaves the 8 there, so we'll be back to Eric McCulley in the lineup for the Cyclones. Caleb Ernst with a shot on lane 5.
Okay, I've got it. No, I can't see anything. As soon as they're up on that lane, then I can't see anything that happens on lane 5, because then there's people blocking it. So, probably not. I might just grab and halter, and then they just have to move behind me, because it's not very good.
Logan Strom picks off the 2-pin out of that 2-8 lead there on lane 5. All right, so we're about halfway through the first game tonight, and just looking at the scoreboard, keep in mind we do have to drop the low series from both teams at the conclusion of the individual portion of the meet. Right now, Cyclones are leading before any scores are dropped, so keep that one in mind. But seeing pretty consistent scores across the board for both teams. Lots of splits. Kuemper's starting to figure it out a little bit, adjusting to the lanes, moving where they need to, making some ball adjustments. We are still seeing some splits from the Cyclones, though, as well. Rylan Monahan leaves a 4, 6, 7, 10 there on lane 6, also known as Grandma's Teeth. And then Gideon Lyons had a few earlier that he was able to convert, and then Caleb Strom also had a couple. So we have seen less than the Kuemper side, but still struggling in a few ways there. Gideon Lyons up now for the Cyclones, coming off of a double, looking to triple up here in the 6th frame. Gideon able to convert his 2-pin spare there on lane 6. Take us to Gavin Sisson, who hasn't had much luck with spares tonight. Had a couple strikes in there, but not seeing a lot of consistency as far as covering his frames and closing them up. Gets another strike. Lane 6 is definitely his friend today. Definitely struggling more on lane 5. Will be Eric McCulley up for the Cyclones on lane 6. Goodness, you can tell it's Monday. I keep yawning. Sorry. Eric McCulley shooting at a 6'10". Excuse me, I yawned again. I'm telling you, something in the air today. Eric chops off the 6-pin there. Definitely can tell he's a little bit frustrated with how this game is going so far. Had a strike in the first frame, but hasn't consistently been able to see the pocket much since then. Caleb Ernst gets a strike there in the 6th frame. That'll take us to Logan Strom to wrap up the 6th frame for the Cyclones as Riley Monahan shoots at a 4-count spare. Logan Strom with a strike. And we will see Gideon Lyons up on lane 5 for the Cyclones. Gideon Lyons not able to find the pocket there on that shot. Not a whole lot of ball reaction from him on that shot. Leaves a 1-2-4-7. Not seeing many high scores across the board yet. Just lots of small errors that have led to a lot of opens, 7 counts, lots of splits, 5 counts, sleepers. Just not a lot that's been not necessarily tough to convert, but not necessarily easy. So we are seeing some struggle just across the board. Our JV boys are also struggling a little bit over there on lane 7. Mainly single pin misses, not a lot of spares. A few of them did start off with quite a few strikes, so that was nice to see, but the spare consistency is not quite there yet for some of them. Gavin Sisson up on lane 5 leaves a 3-5-6 to shoot at. Kevin picks off the 2-6 there, the 3-6 there, not able to get the 5 out of there. Eric McCulley up for the Cyclones. We'll see how this ball reacts, but I do foresee a ball change in his future just from the way that he has been throwing it tonight. Not a ton of great pocket shots. Definitely struggling to find a place that's working. It was actually a very good ball off his hand, and then didn't even move through the 5 pin. So he left a 5-7-10, which is also referred to as a lily in college. If we left one of these either in a tournament, practice, whatever, we had to take a picture with it. So they're not something fun to leave. It's weird when you do leave it. And it's even harder to pick up. So it's not something any bowler really ever wants to see. Caleb Ernst comes up a little bit light to the pocket again. Is going to leave the 2-4-8-10 for the second time tonight. So we'll see if he's able to convert it again. That'd be pretty cool. Logan Strom comes up a little bit high into the pocket there. Couldn't quite see if it went through the nose. It's hard when people get in my way. Had to move to a higher sitting chair just so I could see some of the ball reactions, because it was getting a little bit difficult just where I'm sitting today. Logan Strom looks like he's going to pick up this 4 pin, excuse me. Rylan Monahan with a Brooklyn strike there on lane 6. You could tell that he needed that, was ready for that. Weren't quite sure if one of those pins was going to fall, but eventually it tripped forward, so definitely helped him out. Now we've got Gideon Lines up on lane 6 for the Cyclones. We're sitting in the 8th frame right now. Gideon looks out and does not leave a nasty 4-6-7 split. The 6 and the 7 pins did trip a little bit, so now he's just shooting at a single 4 pin here. Gavin Sisson up on lane 6 for the Cyclones. Goes through the nose and leaves a solid 6 pin. Gavin misses that single pin, so we'll be back to Eric McCulley coming off of his lily that he left in the 7th frame. Eric moved his line a little bit further outside and played cross lane a little bit more of that shot. Did come up with a strike, so I'm not quite sure if it's a sustainable line for him, but we'll see as we finish out this first game. and see if it results in a ball change or if he's able to find a line that works a little bit better for him. Caleb Ernst with a single pin to shoot at here. Caleb able to run down that 6 pin there. And now we will be at Logan Strom to wrap up the 8th frame. Logan Strom comes up a little bit high there on lane 6 and leaves a 6-7-10. Then we've got Rylan Monahan looking to double up here in the 9th frame. And he does just that. Logan able to cover 2 of the 3. We'll be at Gideon Lyons in the lineup for the Cyclones on lane 5.
Jamie, he needs a full rack on 6.
Gideon leaves a 6 pin there on lane 5. Gideon not able to cover that single pin there. So now we'll be at Gavin Sisson, who has also struggled to see a spare today in this first game. Looked like Gavin's ball speed went down quite a bit on that shot there on lane 5. Went fully across. Was not able to knock off even the head pin there. So he'll be shooting at a 1-3-6. JV boys are heading into the 10th frame of their first game there. We've got Zeke Christensen up. We were really hung on the one board there on that shot. So we'll see how our JV boys are able to wrap up this game. Gavin Sisson was not able to cover his spare there in the 9th frame. Not a great look, as we already have 2 boys going into the 10th frame, not on a fill. Outside line looks a little bit rough for Eric McCulley. Tried to play that same line that he did on lane 6 in the 8th frame. Didn't come up as well as he probably wanted it to. Ended up leaving a 2-4-5-8. He's able to convert the spare though, so we will be at Caleb Ernst. See, Christensen is going to be the first one to wrap up the first game. He's going to shoot a 116. Caleb Ernst with all 10. take this to Logan Strong. Logan Strom with a nice pocket shot there, gets all 10. So really came back there. Have quite a few of our guys going into the 10th frame now on a good fill. A few strikes to spare and a couple open. So time to still make up a few pins and try to work up a little bit more of a lead over the Kuemper Knights. Carter Bell for the Kuemper JV boys had a 180 for his first game. And then Noah Simon for the Harlan JV boys finished with a 134. Fletch Fadden with my goodness, Kuemper Varsity Knights finished his game with a 169. Luke Schulte with the JV Kuemper Knights finished with a 114. And Nicholas Wernemont finished with a 151 for the JV boys for Kuemper. Brendan Bonaham finished with a 124. Reese Griffin finished with a 124 for the Harlan JV boys. Dylan Bryant for the JV Kuemper Knights finished with a 134. And Reese Gessert for the Harlan JV boys is going to finish with a 164. All right. Jake Whelan finished with a 155 for the varsity Kuemper Knights. Scott Stewart for the JV Kuemper Knights finished with a 92. All right, looking at our varsity boys as they continue to wrap up game one. Rylan Monahan finished with a 154. Dalton Carlson for the JV Kuemper Knights is going to finish with a 108. Creighton Halber finished with a 135 for Kuemper varsity boys. Donovan Smith for the JV Harlan boys finished with a 162. Gideon Lyons goes Brooklyn. Is going to finish with a 189 for the first game for our varsity boys. As we wrap up our first game, we'll take a quick minute while our varsity boys finish up their first game to thank our sponsors. And we will start that. I wanted to get through Gavin Sisson's first shot of his 10th frame, which was a strike. So, like I said, we're going to take a moment to thank our sponsors for HLTV Channel 15 2025-2026 sponsors. We've got Pizza Ranch in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Western Iowa Medical, Conductix Wampler, Murty Medical Center, KNOD Radio, Cyclone Lanes, Keast Auto Center, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Murty Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, Fairway in Harlan, Do It Best Hardware, The Agency Insurance, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclone Seed and Chemical, Hamilton Financial Services, Patriots Choice Contracting, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Again, thank you to our sponsors. Joel Schulte for the varsity Kuemper Knights finished with a 158 for game one. And Gavin goes Brooklyn and is going to finish with a 140 for the varsity Harlan boys. Eric McCauley trying to give everybody a heart attack here. Put that one pretty far outside. Hugged the one board a little bit. Did end up coming up. Just not enough to get to the head pin. Thomas Popbottom for the Kuemper Knights finished with a 124 for game one. Eric McCauley able to cover that spare, so he'll have one additional shot here in the 10th frame, sitting at a 133 right now, and could strike for a 143. And that's just what he does. Eric McCauley with a 143 for the Cyclones. Caleb Ernst with a tough first shot. His 10th frame. Fourth split of the game. Leaves a 6-7-10. Caleb doesn't grab any of them. He's going to finish with a 153. Logan Strom struggles to get the ball to the pocket fully. Ends up hitting it, comes a little bit flat, not able to have any force to get the 2-pin out of there. So he'll be shooting at a single pin here in his 10th frame. Logan able to cover the 2-pin. Sitting at a 164 now, can strike and finish with a 174. A little bit through the nose there, pretty high. He's going to finish with a 173. And that concludes game 1 for our varsity boys. They'll go ahead and start game 2. I'm going to take a quick break while I go fill my water. We'll be right back. All right, looking at the first frame of the second game here tonight with the Harlan Cyclones versus the Kuemper Knights. Not off to a great start. A couple opens already, one spare from Rylan Monahan. JV boys are also struggling a little bit with a few opens there on lanes 7 and 8. Eric McCulley able to find the pocket there on lane 6. Caleb Ernst with a much better shot there on lane 6 to start off his second game. Really struggled there in the first game with splits. Looking to redeem himself a little bit, I'm sure, in this second game. We'll finish up the first frame with Logan Strom up for the Cyclones on lane 6. He's going to go through the nose and leave a 310. Able to convert that baby split there. Oh my gosh, turn the volume down on that thing. I can hear myself through the headphones in there. Dad, Joe, can you turn the volume down on the TV? I can hear myself through the headphones. Well, it's annoying. Rylan Monahan up for the Cyclones on lane 5 to start off the second frame of the second game. Leaves a 5-10 split. Rylan's able to pick one of those off. Then we've got Gideon Lyons up on lane 5 for the Cyclones. Gideon Lyons able to convert that 2-pin spare there on lane 5. Gavin Sisson struggles to get up to the pocket there on his shot on lane 5. See if he's able to convert this 4-count spare. Jamie, re-rack on 6. Jamie,
Re-rack on 6.
Gavin just able to get 3 of the 4 there on lane 5. Take us to Eric McCulley, who I am sure is looking to double up, get a bit bigger of a game in this second game. Eric McCulley a little light to the pocket there, leaves a 5 pin. Caleb Ernst also struggles to come up to the pocket there on lane 5. Leaves a 2, 4, 5, 8. We've seen that quite a bit today. Just, again, with the struggle to get to the head pin. Not a lot of great pocket shots across the board today. It's more so the consistency, it feels like. So I have seen a few. But it doesn't seem like shots have been too repeatable for the Cyclones. Logan Strom goes right through the nose there. He's going to leave a 6, 7, 10. Logan Strom able to chop 2 off of there. Rylan Monahan also struggled to get to the pocket there on lane 6. Leaves a 2, 4, 5. See if he's able to run that one down. Pulled it a little too much. Misses the 5 pin out of there. Be back to Gideon Lyons. Gideon Lyons with a much better shot there on lane 6 than we have seen from the past few Cyclones. It was a really good pocket shot, but still wrapped around the 10 and left a single pin for him to shoot at. Not able to convert that. Will be to Gavin Sisson in the 6th frame. Not sure if that 10 pin's going to get picked up. Oh, it is. 10 pin left by Gavin Sisson there. Slid a little bit further to the edge of the lane there. Let's see if he's able to run this down. The Cyclones could use any type of fill right now to get him going. Really struggling in the first few frames of this second game. Maybe the sixth mark of this second game. Eric McCauley's going to go Brooklyn. It's clear of the nasty 3-10 baby split that we've seen numerous times today. He's just going to be shooting at a single 3-pin here. Eric able to run down that 3-pin. We'll be back to Caleb Ernst in the lineup. Another 3-pin leave here by the Cyclones. Caleb Ernst has a much better shot. Still goes Brooklyn. He's going to have a 3-pin to shoot at now. Caleb covers that single pin there. Take us to Logan Strom in the lineup. Logan Strom's going to miss his single 10-pin. Now we've got Rylan Monahan shooting at a 5-pin on lane 5. Rylan covers his 5-pin. Now we are at Gideon Lyons in the lineup. Gideon with all 10. Take us right to Gavin Sisson in the lineup. Gavin Sisson comes up a little flat on lane 5 and leaves a 5-10 split. Gavin's going to miss both there on his leave on lane 5. Take us to Eric McCulley. Eric McCulley comes up a bit high, ends up going through the nose a little bit there. It leaves a 6-3, 6-10 to shoot at. Eric able to convert his spare there on lane 5. Got Caleb Ernst up next. Caleb Ernst with a strike on lane 5. Finish up frame 4 with Logan Strom. Logan Strom still struggling with splits this game so far. Leaves a 5-10 on lane 5 to shoot at. Able to knock off the 5-pin there. We are back to Rylan Monahan for the Cyclones up on lane 6. Start off the 5th frame tonight of the 2nd game. If you're new to watching high school bowling or just need a quick refresher, the guys are going to bowl 2 individual games tonight, followed by 5 Baker games. We'll talk more about the Baker format and what that looks like once we get to the conclusion of the individual portion of today's meet, or today's individual portion, goodness. Talk more about what Baker looks like, what the format is, and all of the details. So we are heading into the second half, or just wrapping up the first half of the second individual game. Right now, Rylan Monahan, unfortunately, with an open, and we'll see if Gideon Lyons is able to get the Cyclones back on their feet. Gideon does just that and doubles up there in the fifth frame. Take us to Gavin Sisson, who has been struggling a little bit this second game. Gavin still struggling to get up to the pocket this game. Leaves a 1-2-8. Gavin was able to convert his lead for the spare. Take us to Eric McCulley. Eric McCulley with the strike. Take us to Caleb Ernst. Caleb leaves a 5-pin there on lane 6 to shoot at. You can tell he's a little bit frustrated with how today has been going. Lots of splits, struggling to find the head pin consistently in the sense of pocket shots. It's either going through the nose a little bit or a little bit light, which is causing him to leave some of those splits, especially in the first game. Caleb barely touched that 5-pin, and it slid all the way across the lane. Didn't even fall over, it just slid into the gutter and fell backwards. So that takes some skill to do that. I've got Logan Strom, who is also struggling with some splits this game. We'll see if he's made an adjustment to get into the pocket a little bit better, and he has. It was one of his better shots that I've seen today. Hopefully it felt repeatable, and he's able to continue that into the second half of this game. Rylan Monahan able to convert his 2-pin spare in the 6th frame. Now we are to Gideon Lyons, who is looking to get another strike, which will lead us to a triple. Unfortunately, he's going to leave a 2-5-7 split. Gideon was able to get 2 off of that split. We'll be back to Gavin Sisson, who has yet to strike this game. Coming off of a spare, struggled with a couple splits there within the first 4 frames. See if he's able to make any adjustments to have a stronger second half of the game. Looked much better off his hand. Was able to get it to the pocket and get all 10. Eric McCulley goes through the nose a little bit there. He's going to leave a 4-7-10 split. Eric not able to grab any of those out of his split there. Be back to Caleb Ernst in the 6th frame on lane 5. Caleb Ernst able to get all 10. Got Logan Strum up on lane 5 to close out the 6th frame for the Cyclones. Another great shot right in the pocket. Is able to get a double. JV boys are having a great frame up there on lane 7. Couple spares, couple strikes. Donovan Smith is having a very consistent game of 8 or 9 spare. Only 1 open in the 4th frame. It was a 9 miss. Rylan Monahan able to knock down his 2-pin spare there on lane 6. Take us to Gideon Lyons in the lineup. Gideon Lyons puts that one right down the middle of the lane. Goes Brooklyn misses the 5-pin there.
Joanne, I need a towel. Good job, Jaden.
Currently working on a little bit of a water spill here between lanes 6 and 7. So pardon the interruption. Got Eric McCulley up on lane 6 for the Cyclones.
It wasn't as much as I thought it was.
Eric McCulley hung on to that one a little bit longer and did push it outside a bit. Came up, but still wasn't able to knock out the 610. Shooting at a 2-pin spare. Converts that with no problem, and we'll be back to Caleb Ernst. Caleb Ernst misses the pocket, leaves a 36-10 on lane 6. It's gonna chop the 3-6 off of there and leave the 10-pin. Logan Strom shooting at a single 4-pin here on lane 6 to wrap up frame 7. Rylan Monahan started frame 8 off with a 5 spare. Now we will have Gideon Lyons. Gideon doesn't quite get that ball to come up right to the pocket. He's going to leave a 2, 4, 5, 8. Gideon only able to knock off 2 of the 4. Now will be to Gavin Sisson. Our JV boys are starting their 10th frame. They're on lanes 7 and 8. We'll kind of watch as those wrap up. Carter Bell finished with a 111 for Kuemper JV. All right, we're back to Eric McCulley there on lane 5 after Gavin Sisson picked up his single pin spare. Back to 7 and 8, Luke Schulte for Kuemper JV finished with a 114, which is also what he had last game. Way to be consistent. Eric McCulley with a strike. Zeke Christensen for the Harlan JV boys finished with a 127. Improvement from his first game. Noah Simon's going to miss both out of his lead there in the 7th frame and finish with a 130. Caleb Ernst with a 7-10 lead. Splits have not been his front tonight. Some bad breaks. Really struggled. This is his first split of the 2nd game though, which is great, but still just struggling to find his spot and make things happen. Nicholas Wernemont finished with a 166 for the Kuemper JV. All right, Caleb Ernst was able to knock off one of those in the 8th frame. We'll be down to Logan Strom in the lineup. Logan Strom leaves a 4-pin there to shoot at. Dylan Bryant finished with a 144 for Kuemper JV. Logan runs down that single pin there on lane 5. We'll take a quick break from our varsity boys as Kuemper wraps up their 8th frame. Reese Griffin is going to finish with a 1. Oh, okay. Went away before I could see the score. Shocker. Rylan Monahan up on lane 6, heading into the 9th frame. Reese Griffin finished with a 125 the 2nd game. Scott Struwer finished with a 120 for Kuemper JV. Reese Gessert finishes with a 137. Donovan Smith finishes with a 171 for the Harlan JV. And Dalton Carlson for Kuemper finished with a 159.
We're down by 13 in this game. I don't know.
Oh, I don't write totals down. Sorry.
All right, the JV boys have concluded, and our varsity lanes are in their 9th frame. We've got Gavin Sissenhoff shooting at a 5.9. Kuemper has definitely had a much better game. They've got a lot more strikes on the board this time around, and a few less splits, but we still have seen a lot of splits today just across the board. So we'll see how that plays into Baker. I've got Eric McCulley up for the Cyclones on lane 6, and Rylan Monahan starting the 10th frame off for the Cyclones on lane 5, leaves a 4.10. Caleb Ernst with another split here, leaves a 4.710. Can easily tell that he's frustrated now. Quite a few splits after kind of figuring it out towards the beginning of this second game. So definitely going to make some changes, I'm sure, before they head into Baker. Able to knock off 2 of them there. Rylan Monahan finished with a 140 for the Cyclone varsity boys. Logan Strom's going to wrap up his 9th frame and leave a 5 pin to shoot at. Gideon Lyons gets a spare to start his 10th frame on lane 5, sitting at a 134 and can strike for a 144 max. And he will shoot a 143. Re-rack 6, Jamie. Got another 2, 4, 5, 8 there on lane 5 from Gavin Sisson. Not the first time we've seen that left by a Cyclone today. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the last, just with the way that the boys are playing the lane and struggling to find pocket shots. So Gavin Sisson's going to finish with a 155 for game 2 for the Cyclones. Fletch Batten is going to finish with a 160 for Kuemper. Brendan Vonham up for Kuemper for his 10th frame. Is able to see 4 strikes in a row and leaves a 5 pin to start off his 10th frame. Still a big game for him, especially after the start he had in game 1. Eric McCulley up on lane 5 for the Cyclones leaves a 310, which again, we've seen that a few times today. We'll see if he's able to convert it. He's going to chop the 3 off there, and he's going to finish with a 176. No split for Caleb Ernst in the 10th frame, leaves a 3-6-10. Really struggling to find a pocket shot that's going to treat him well. Overall, just kind of a struggle for our boys here to find anything that'll work. Shots just aren't being repeated very well, so just a lot of struggles across the board for our guys. Caleb misses all 3, unfortunately. He's going to finish with a 141 that game. Really struggled in individuals today. Usually we can see some bigger numbers from him. He is averaging 179 on the season, so today was a little bit of a blow, I'm sure. Never feels good to get below average 2 games, so hopefully he's able to make up for that in Baker. Brendan Van Aem finishes with a 199. Logan Strom just chops 4 off of his leave there to finish with a 155 for the boys. A lot of struggles there in the individual portion for the Harlan Varsity boys. Lost quite a few pins that game. Hopefully they're able to make some of that up in Baker. Jake Whelan finished with a 162 for the Kuemper boys. Creighton Halbert finishes with a 128 for the Kuemper Knights. Wasn't quite sure if that fourth pin was going to fall for Joel Schulte there on lane 6. As Kuemper finishes up for these last two individual games, we'll just take another minute to thank our sponsors here. HLTV Channel 15 2025-2026 sponsors are Pizza Ranch in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Western Iowa Medical, Conductix Wampler, Murtu Medical Center, KNOD Radio, Cyclone Lanes, Keys Auto Center, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Murtu Medical Center Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, Fairway in Harlan, Do It Best Hardware, The Agency Insurance, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclone Seed and Chemical, Hamilton Financial Services, Patriots Choice Contracting, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Again, thank you to our sponsors. Joel Schulte with Kuemper finishes with a 139. Thomas Potbottom is going to finish with a 190. All right, we'll take a quick break to reset the lanes for the Baker portion of the match, and we'll be right back.
scores.
All right, we are back after a quick break just to reset the lanes for the Baker portion. Just a reminder, if you haven't watched a high school bowling meet before, or you just need a quick refresher, the Baker portion of the meet entails 5 Baker games. The Baker format is more of the team portion of bowling. So we're looking at a bowler that's going to bowl the first and 6th frame, 2nd and 7th, 3rd and 8th, 4th and 9th, and then 5th and 10th. So this is kind of where your team portion comes into play. So for our lead off tonight, we've got Eric McCauley up on lane 5 for the Harlan varsity boys. He's going to leave a stone 10 pin there. Looking at our scores as we head into the Baker portion, Harlan varsity boys are sitting at a 1568 to Kuemper's 1580, so down just 12 pins. And then our Harlan JV boys have a 1390 to Kuemper JV boys 1381, so up by 9 pins there. So definitely some room just to make up some of that loss there in the second game, the second individual game for our varsity boys. And our JV boys just need to keep up what they're doing. Hopefully are able to make that lead a little bit larger here during the Baker portion. Eric McCauley starts off Baker for the boys by missing that 10 pin there. We've got Gavin Sisson in the 2 spot. He's going to put all 10 back. Gideon Lyons in the 3-man spot. Gideon Lyons pushes it a little bit outside, and then it does come back. Plays a little cross lane to double up for the varsity boys. Caleb Ernst is going to be in the 4 spot, looking for some revenge after his individual games. Really struggled to find a consistent shot, which isn't normally like him. So see if he's able to kind of get something different together for Baker. Much better shot. Much better shot for him for that 4th frame. some of the people were not a fan of his cheer there, saying "Go Big Red." So we'll see what they maybe do the next time. Logan Strom in the 5 spot, which is pretty normal. Got all 10. All right. Eric McCauley misses 2 of the 4 there on lane 5 in the 6th frame. Take us back to Gavin Sisson. Varsity boys are making up some pins here in the first Baker game. Hopefully we're able to get back on the striking spree that they had during those 2nd through 4th frames. Just kidding. We have our 2nd Lily of the night there on lane 5 from Gavin Sisson. So again, this is the 5-7-10. Gavin gets the 5 pin out of there. I'd love to see Gideon Lyons pick up his team here in the 8th frame after a couple of rough opens. Gideon puts all 10 back, and we will be back to Caleb Ernst in the lineup. He's going to go through the nose. He's going to leave a 3-10. Right, 2 splits to kind of wrap up this first game here. Caleb only able to get 1 out of that 3-8, and Logan Strom comes up and leaves a 5-10. So our boys are going to finish with a 166 that game. For how it started, it's kind of unfortunate that we were only able to get 166. Sure there'll be a little bit of a lineup change, a few moves as far as where everybody's at on the lane. And then we'll recover in this next game. Kuemper varsity boys finished with a, let's see, I can't see it, 160. So we were able to get 6 pins there. We were up, or we were down 12, so now we're only down 6. Our JV boys were able to gain a few more pins that game on the Kuemper JV, so we'll see how the rest of this plays out. Oh. Gideon Lyons has moved to our leadoff for Harlan here on lane 6. Start our second game. He's going to go Brooklyn. He's going to leave a 5 pin there. Just last week, our varsity boys were able to beat the old school record for a 15 Baker game set. They were able to roll a 2665, which was priorly held at a 2432 in the 2022-2023 season. The 15-game Baker competitions have only been in play since the 2020-2021 season, and that is now how they do the team qualifying for state. So you bowl 15 Baker games and a 5-game pair rotation. So you're seeing a few different sets of lanes during this, which definitely is not an advantage to the bowlers. You know, you kind of have to scout how the other lanes have been playing. Is there anybody else that bowls like you that might have broke down the same line that you were playing? Do you have any lefties? What's the left side of the lane look like? So there's a lot of things that can go into play when you're rotating lanes versus like tonight when they're bowling 2 individual games and 5 Baker games all on the same pair. So you definitely see some changes when you go to the state qualifying meets, which is kind of a good thing. It gets them ready for what college could look like if they continue to bowl at the next level. So it's kind of interesting to see how high school bowling has evolved in recent years. Instead of just doing the 2 individual games and 5 Baker games for everything. And I was in high school in 2012 to 2016. That's all we did was the 2 individual games and 5 Bakers. We didn't have any more, any less. It's just always what it was. So it's kind of interesting to see this. Caleb Burns able to knock down all 10. Strong goes through the nose a little bit there, leaves a 36-10 to shoot at. Caleb able to get all 3 of those. We'll be back to Gideon Lions in the 6th frame. Gideon Lions is going to go Brooklyn and leave a 10 pin. Gideon Lions did miss that single pin there, so we've got Gavin Sisson in the 7th frame now for the Cyclones. He's going to go Brooklyn and get all 10. Eric McCulley able to get all 10 back. Take us back to Caleb Ernst, who is hungry for more. Got a strike in the 4th frame, so I'm sure he's ready for another one. Like I said, struggled during individuals, always looking to make it up where he can. So we'll see if he's able to get all 10 now. And he does. Looks like our Harlan Cyclones might make up those 6 pins and take the lead here, depending on how this game finishes up. Logan leaves a 3-10. Again, we've seen quite a few of these today, but we've also seen quite a few of them get converted, so we'll see what Logan's able to do. All right, our boys are going to finish with a 188. And Kuemper is going to finish with a 178. Harlan JV boys finished with a 191 that game. And the Kuemper JV boys finished with a 124. Eric McCulley starts off the third Baker game with a 5-10 split. Varsity boys are sitting at a 19-22 to Kuemper's 19-18, so up just 4 pins. Eric's gonna get the one. He got the 5-pin out of that. We've got Rylan Monahan in the lineup now in the 2 spot. Rylan's gonna go Brooklyn there. He's gonna leave a 3-9. All right, Rylan misses both of those. Both teams not off to a hot start. First 2 frames open by both teams, so we'll see if Gavin Sisson's able to get the Cyclones back in the running here. He's gonna go Brooklyn. He's gonna get 9. Gavin able to cover his single pin spare there. Caleb Ernst in the 4 spot again. He's gonna go into the pocket. He's gonna get a strike there. Take us to Logan Strom. Logan Strom able to double up in the 5th frame there for the Cyclones. Takes us to Eric McCulley for the second half of this 3rd Baker game. Eric McCulley comes up a little bit light to the pocket and leaves a washout, 1-2-4-10. Kuemper struggling a bit in this 3rd Baker game. Only 1 fill so far in the 3rd frame. Single pin misses and 3 or less misses for spare conversions. So not off to a great start. We'll see what their second half of the game looks like by their leadoff bowler. Rylan Monahan able to get into the pocket, comes up a little bit high, leaves a 4-7. Harlan able to cover his lead there in the 7th frame. Takes us to Gavin Sisson in the lineup. Leaves 4, 5, 7 in the 8th frame here for the Cyclones. Would love to see a 2 count. As of now, not too worried about the Cyclones losing those 4 pins that they gained the last game, as it has been a struggle for both teams this Baker game. Gavin's going to chop off the 5 pin out of there. Take us to Caleb Ernst. Caleb hits right in the pocket. I'm betting he wished he found this line during the individual portion of tonight's match. So he looks pretty confident in where he's playing right now, which is great. Got Logan Strum up in the 10th frame. It's going to get to the pocket. It's going to wrap around that 10 pin. Leave a single pin for him to shoot at. Kuemper making a comeback with a double now in the 9th frame. Their anchor bowler that's up now, Brendan Van Aim, has been having pretty consistent 10th frames here in his individual games and in that first Baker game. So we'll see if he plans to do anything big now. He's going to leave us 3 count spare there, the 2, 4, 5. Still gain some pins back on that after having a double. Logan's big 10th frame will help a lot with that. Our boys had a 154. Brennan only able to chop 1 off of that. Kuemper is going to finish with a 129 there. Kuemper JV boys finished with a 151 that game. And our Harlan boys finished with a 126. As we head into the 4th Baker game, we've got 2 left here tonight. We'll go ahead and thank our sponsors one last time, so I don't forget to do so at the end of tonight's match. HLTV Channel 15 2025-2026 sponsors. Big thank you to Pizza Ranch in Harlan, United Bank of Iowa, Western Iowa Medical, Conductix Wampler, Mertu Medical Center, KNOD Radio, Cyclone Lanes, Keast Auto Center, Shelby County State Bank, Hanson House Senior Living, Polly Jones Funeral Home, Mertu Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Rehab Services, Fairway in Harlan, Do It Best Hardware, The Agency Insurance, Dr. J's Family Eye Care, Cyclone Seed and Chemical, Hamilton Financial Services, Patriots Choice Contracting, and the Peterson Family Wellness Center and Lewis Family Aquatic Complex. Again, thank you to our sponsors. And just a reminder, this is our last home meet of this season as well. Next competition for our boys following the conclusion of tonight's match will be the Hawkeye 10 tournament on Friday, February 13th in Council Bluffs at Bolero. And then that following Monday, February 16th, they will have their state qualifying tournament in Carroll at Starline Lanes. Eric McCulley misses the 4-7 he leaves on lane 6, so it'll be to Rylan Monahan in the lineup. Our JV boys still sitting in an 1853 to Kuemper's 1773, so we do have a few pins there still. Varsity boys are still up at a 20-76 to a 20-47. Still gained a few pins there, 25 to be exact. Harlan boys are up 29 pins against Kuemper right now. Rylan Monahan shooting at a single 9-pin. He's going to run that one down. We'll see Gavin Sisson. Looks like he's staying in the 3 spot for the Harlan Cyclones. Gavin Sisson doesn't quite get to the pocket there. Leaves a single 2-pin. Knocked down quite a few more than I thought he was going to. They fell pretty slow. Gavin runs down that 2-pin there. Caleb Ernst up for the Cyclones. Nice shot by Caleb Ernst there in the 4th frame. Setting Loganstrom up to get a double here. Kuemper also looking to gain a few pins back this game, sitting with 1 open in the 2nd frame. Logan's going to leave a 4-7 to shoot at. Logan able to get over and convert that spare. Take us to Eric McCulley. Eric McCulley shooting at his single 3-pin here in the 6th frame of tonight's match. We are in game 4 of Bakers. We'll have one more following this. Eric misses that 3-pin there. Stayed at the line a little bit longer. Definitely upset with himself about that. We'll go to Rylan Monahan for the 7th frame. Rylan goes Brooklyn, leaves a 6-pin to shoot at. Harlan looks good. He covers that 6 pin. Takes us to Gavin Sisson in the 8th frame. Gavin goes Brooklyn, trips that 5 pin, which was great. Sets Caleb Ernst up for a great position in the 9th frame here. Gets all 10. Logan gets a 7 count there to start off the 10th frame. Leaves a 2-4-5 to shoot at. All right, Kuemper boys are gonna, varsity boys are gonna finish with a 160 that game. Harlan boys finished with a 168 that game, increasing their lead to, excuse me, what did I say? 168. All right. $37. Harlan JV boys are going to finish with a $144, and Kuemper JV is going to finish with a 143. All right, we're going to head into the final Baker match of tonight's meet. We've got Gideon Lyons in for the leadoff for the Cyclones on lane 5. It's going to leave a 3-9. Our varsity boys are sitting at a 22-44 to the Kuemper Knights 22-07. Gideon was able to convert that spare there on lane 5. So now we've got Rylan Monahan up on lane 5 for the Cyclones. Leaves a 4-6-7 split. was able to knock down 2 of those. So now we will have Gavin Sisson in the 3rd frame for the Cyclones. So I'd love to go through the nose and leave a 6-10. Gavin's going to chop the 10 off of there. Miss the spare. Kuemper looking to make up those 37 pins this game. Haven't had an open yet, and we only have 1 fill so far here in game 5. Could use a really big ball here from Logan. There we go. Move Logan to the 4 spot. We've got Caleb in the 5 spot now. Double up here would be huge for our varsity boys. Make sure they keep up some of these pins. So let's see what Caleb's able to do. He's going to go through the nose. Another 3-10. Kuemper boys just left a 3-10 as well in the 6th frame. If we able, well, I was going to say if we're able to pick that up, could help us out quite a bit. Caleb only covers 1 of them. Only working on 2 fills in the first 5 frames, which doesn't look great. Kuemper has yet to open. Gideon with a 6 count there in the 6th frame. Leaves a 1, 2, 4, 8. Really need this spare here. The gap of 37 pins has come to a close. Really need all fills here to keep the win. Rylan Monahan up for the boys. He's going to put it in the pocket. He's going to get 8. Really need to see a fill here from Rylan. All right, the only thing that could make this better is a strike from Gavin. Harlan needs to slow down, let Kuemper get ahead, just see what they need here. Gavin covers this. Cyclones are still in it. Really need 10 here from Logan. All right, Kuemper not getting the first one in the 10th frame is huge for Harlan. Just got to stay slow, see what we need to get. It's really going to come down to the last frame here. Sitting at a 129. If Kuemper, for whatever reason, missed this, that would help us out a ton. Brennan's been on his game, and he missed it. So this is still anyone's meet. Caleb's got to stay slow, take his time here in this 10th frame. All right, that first one was huge. Kuemper finished with a 183. They're good. It's 25 right now. So if he gets one of these, then it's 24, but he's fine. All right, Harlan boys are going to finish with a 159. Okay, thank you. That's all I need. I have the rest of it down. All right, so your Harlan Community varsity boys are going to walk away with a win tonight by 13 pins at Cyclone Lanes. It really did come down to that last game. Kuemper did have a great game. Their open in the 10th frame did tremendously help the Cyclones. Pins just were not falling for us in the first few frames there, but we were able to make up for it. And our JV boys are also going to walk away with a win tonight as well. So great meet here to end the season and the regular season. So we wish our boys best of luck in their conference meet on Friday and their state qualifying meet on Monday. Thanks for tuning in to Cyclone Varsity and JV Bowling this season. I want to give a big thank you to our host Cyclone Lanes for continuing to organize the bowling alley for these meets. I know all of the student athletes do stay, help put everything back, so we do greatly appreciate that as well. It's always fun to host these and announce, so we'll see you next season.